Manuscript found in Accra by Paulo Coelho, translated from the Portuguese by Margaret Jewel Costa. Chapter 1. Ano pa ni prologue, epilogue. Ngit-ngit man. Chapter 1 na to. I would so like to begin by writing. Now that I am at the end of my life, I live for those who come after me, everything that I learned while I walk the faith in this earth. While I walk the face of this earth, may they make good use of it. Oh, di ka ba basa? Oh my God. Alas, that is not true. I am only 21. My parents gave me love and an education. And I married a woman I love who loves me in return. However, tomorrow, life will undertake to separate us, and we must each set off in search of our own path, our own destiny, our own way of facing death. As far as our family is concerned, today is the 14th of July, 1099. For the family of Yakub, the childhood friend with whom I used to play in the city of Jerusalem, it is the year 4859. 4859? Times 2 sa tuig karon? 2020 man ta. More than twice sa atong year karon. He always takes great pride in telling me that Judaism is a far older religion than mine. For the worthy Ibn al-Athir, who spent his life trying to record a history that is now coming to a conclusion, the year 492 is about to end. We do not agree about dates or about the best way to worship God, but in every other respect we live together in peace. A week ago, our commanders held a meeting. The French soldiers are infinitely superior and far better equipped than ours. We were given a choice to abandon the city or fight to the death, because we will certainly be defeated. Most of us decided to stay. The Muslims are, at this moment, gathered at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, while the Jews choose to assemble their soldiers in Mirab Dawood, and the Christians, who live in various different quarters, are charged with defending the southern part of the city. Outside, we can already see the siege towers built from the enemy's dismantled ships. Judging from the enemy's movements, we assume that they will attack tomorrow morning, spilling our blood in the name of the Pope, the liberation of the city, and the divine will. This evening, in the same square where a millennium ago the Roman governor Pontius Pilate handed Jesus over to the mob to be sacrificed, to be crucified, a group of men and women of all ages went to see the Greek, whom we all know as the Copt. The Copt is a strange man. As an adolescent, he decided to leave his native city of Athens to go in search of money and adventure. He ended up knocking on the doors of the seat of our city, close to starvation. When he was well received, he gradually abandoned the idea of continuing his journey and resolved to stay. He managed to find work in the shoemaker's shop, and just like Ibn al-Athir, he started recording everything he saw and heard for posterity. He did not seek to join any particular religion, and no one tried to persuade him otherwise. As far as he is concerned, we are not in the year 1099 or 4859, much less at the end of 492. The Copt believes only in the past moment. The Cobb believes only in the present moment and what he calls Moira, the unknown God, the divine energy responsible for a single law, which, even if broken, if ever broken, will bring about the end of the world. Alongside the Copt were the patriarchs of the three religions that had settled in Jerusalem. No government official was present during this conversation. They were too preoccupied with making the final presentations for the resistance that we believe will prove utterly pointless. Many centuries ago, a man was judged and condemned to in this square. The Greek said, on the road to the right, while he was walking toward his death, he passed a group of women. When he saw them weeping, he said, weep not for me, weep for Jerusalem. He prophesied what is happening now. From tomorrow, harmony will become discord. Joy will be replaced by grief. Peace will give way to a war that will last into an unimaginable distant future. No one said anything because none of us knew exactly why we were there. Would we have listened to yet another sermon about these invaders calling themselves crusaders? For a moment, the Copt appeared to savor the general confusion, and then, after a long silence, he explained, they can destroy the city, but they cannot destroy everything the city has taught us, which is why it is vital that this knowledge does not suffer the same fate as our walls, houses, and streets. But what is knowledge? When no one replied, he went on. It isn't the absolute truth about life and death, but the thing that helps us to live and confront the challenges of day-to-day life. It isn't what we learn from books, which serves only to fuel futile arguments about what happened or will happen. It is the knowledge that lives in the hearts of men and women of goodwill, the Copt said. I am a learned man, and yet despite having spent all these years restoring antiquities, classifying objects, recording dates, and discussing politics, I still don't know quite what to say to you. But I will ask the divine energy to purify my heart. You will ask my questions, and I will answer them. That is what the teachers of ancient Greece did. Their disciples would ask them questions about problems they had not yet considered, and the teachers would answer them. And what shall we do with your answers? Someone asked. Some will write down what I say, others will remember my words. The important thing is that tonight you will set off for the four corners of the world, telling others what you have heard. That way the soul of Jerusalem will be preserved, and one day we will be able to rebuild Jerusalem, not just as a city, but as a center of knowledge and a place where peace will once again reign. We all know what awaits us tomorrow, said another man. Wouldn't be better to discuss how to negotiate for peace or prepare ourselves for battle? The Copt looked at the other religious men beside him and then immediately turned back to the crowd. None of us can know that tonight what tomorrow will hold, because each day has its good and its bad moments. So when you ask your question, forget about the troops outside and that fear inside. Our task is not to leave a record of what happened in the state, or those who will inherit the earth. History will take care of that. Therefore, we will speak about our daily lives, about the difficulties we have had to face. That is all the future will be interested in, because I do not believe very much will change in the next 1,000 years. The end of chapter 1. That's it. That is chapter 1. No, not even a chapter. Okay, tomorrow na po.